But I've always been an entrepreneur for many reasons. Why do I love it? Because I'm in control. I like to be in control. I like to know what every part of the business is doing. I find it very difficult to let go of things.
Welcome to The Disruptionist, where the status quo has no seat at the table. I'm Jess Singh, and this is your invitation to join the movement of game-changing, boundary-pushing strategies that will take your marketing, branding, and customer journey to the next level. Let's get disruptive. Caroline, Sergio, so wonderful to see you today.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. Would you mind sharing a little bit about how long you've been involved in entrepreneurship and why you love it so much?
Well, me personally, since I was young, really young. I mean, I think my first job, I told you I was a personal stylist or shopper in New York when I was around 18. And then that segued into me being, building my internet business. I worked for a lot of private clients doing things. And that way I can also have a life that I want to have. I can travel. I don't have to go to an office. Actually, when I had Gift Library, I was in an office every single day. I've created a life that, allows me to sort of be free, I suppose.
Amazing. Yeah, I used to follow you on Ladies of London, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
Sergio, what about yourself? Have you always had, a little bit of interest in the business world, even though your background is in sports? Is it something that they encourage you to think about?
So, actually, since I started playing soccer when I was, very young, I always been very curious of just business and, the first money, I will never forget the first money I made, I always put it somewhere, and I started to try to just, invest a little bit here and here. And I always had that in me, to be honest. I tried so many things when I was playing soccer and after soccer. I've been involved in so many different businesses, failure, success, but that's the only way I learn, so
Wow.
both of us were very entrepreneurial, we love to just try to make things happen, or we have the vision and creativity.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that's been super interesting about both of you is that you've got really unique personal stories, but you've been able to maintain your authenticity as you've built your brand. And now that you're in the entertainment world, can you tell me, have you got any particular tips on staying true to yourself? Even though you're in this entertainment space where often we're asked to put on a bit of a face or a bit of a show for entertainment purposes, how do you stay authentic to yourselves?
I mean, personally, I always have, because, it's not like we're not models. So we are not doing things where, we're wheeled in for an hour and then wheeled back out and paid money. Our life is followed all day long. So you can't be something else. It's impossible. I can't mask my life. I can't hide the way I live. I can't, you guys watch me all the time. My stories are relentless. If it wasn't true, you would see. Very fast. I wouldn't be able to have all the things in the background. I wouldn't be able to, I'm not standing by someone else's car and walking past someone else's house, right?
Absolutely.
You can fake some things, you can't fake others, and you can't live like that long term. So this is a long-term business. Also, I've never advertised something I wouldn't use. So, when I buy businesses myself, we're not part owners, we're solid owners. So they're ours. I'd never been to Bali, didn't know anything about Bali till he started doing it. Wasn't particularly interested in Bali till we started doing it. Now I love Bali.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, and I want to do it and I'm fully behind it, but we own it. It's ours. So it's authentically mine. I'm not selling someone else's, dream or hotel. And I think that's key to it. Being entrepreneurs, we sell what we make or what we use.
Yeah, I like what you've said there. I think you also mentioned in New York around, your collaboration. So if you don't genuinely go to that particular hotel, you wouldn't have stood up for it as a brand ambassador. So I thought there was something really amazing about that. So that brings me to another question. Is there a dream collaboration that either of you sort of have on your bucket list that you'd still love to do, a person that you'd love to align with, and who would it be?
If I can tell you his.
Yeah.
He wants to do like an Armani campaign.
Coming out of the water, that's my thing, I always
He does look good wet in his underwear, gotta be honest.
So definitely some kind of modeling for
Yes.
yeah.
Kind of.
Yes, he
That's,
wants to
Yeah.
be one Armani campaign. That would be his dream.
that's one of my
Well,
back.
you heard it here first, Sergio. We're going to have to do a campaign for you to get there.
I know. We're gonna have to start.
Yeah.
And for me, I love all the brands I work with. I mean, just
Yeah.
more fashion brands. I don't know. I love working with Jacob and Co. and jewelry, beautiful jewelry and things like this. I'm really, really fortunate because although it's not modeling and everything else, I'm 48. But what I do get is I get really nice brands that want to align with us.
Amazing trips,
And we get
amazing
amazing
hotels,
trips
you know.
and hotels, and they're all, I don't really
Yeah.
get turned down very often. So that's amazing.
That is good. You get to choose. And actually, you just said something there about the more of the lifestyle side of things. I do see you both as more of a lifestyle brand. I personally
Yeah.
love seeing what's happening, where you're going. Is that deliberate, or is that just, again, another extension of what you would have been doing anyway? It's just a part of who you are, the travel.
We will be doing
the-
that, to be honest. So it's a part of who we are, and we love traveling. We love to discover unique places. So it's just, we are not forcing anything, you know, it's just very naturally, you know, what we love to do. So, you know.
Absolutely. And so can you give me a bit of an idea? So I've got a lot of people that work with me. They're similar to you, so they might be partners in life and in business. Do you have any tips on sort of making that work? I'm guessing sometimes you might have a disagreement personally. How do you avoid that sort of coming into the boardroom or into a business discussion?
Like between us, or just kind of like with the brand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just between the two of you as a spouse, like having your partner there. There's a lot of other business people out there who are working with their husband or wife. So just wondering, like, how do you separate sometimes that personal side of things when you're in a business negotiation or a challenging conversation? Does that ever sort of come into play?
Yeah, I think one of the key things that we know, you know, from each other is the roles that we do best. So I know exactly what Caroline does best, and you know, and she knows the same as what I do best, and we try
Yeah.
to know, you know, get involved with each other. But then when it comes to final decisions, we kind of like run everything, you know, together, and you know, like we kind of like just, you know, talk a little bit about it. But then, you know, for example, most of the times I would say I let her lead the negotiations because she's just so much better, and she's older, and I love to learn and see how she approaches the other people.
Amazing. So it's still, you're constantly learning from each other, which is amazing to hear. So just final sort of question for you. I'd love to know, is there anything particularly exciting that you guys are working on together at the moment that we can expect to see? I know I'm waiting for the next season of Real Housewives, as is probably a lot of the Australians and people worldwide. But is there anything else you can give away or something that you're super excited to talk about?
Well, Bali and Bust the Label. So we've got all our Bust the Label stuff is coming. It's very soon. It's been held up, so it's been a bit annoying. But there you go. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not famous. Everyone goes through the same stuff when you're building a company. And unfortunately, we had a lot of problems with the packaging.
So we have new products coming up.
Yeah, so we launched,
which is very exciting. The new products, the new lines, and we are finalizing the 2-bedroom villa design. We're gonna start building soon. So we are very excited for Bali.
Can you share the name of your villas in Bali? Because we're from Australia, we go to Bali all the time. We love it.
Yes,
we will be there to support you.
Follow
the name is
Nest.
Samsara Nest.
Follow it on
Samsara Nest.
Yes, follow the journey. We're starting now.
We are creating a very unique and very different, you know, place. So that's kind of like there's a lot of wow moments and very unique, you know, feelings there. So that's what we are kind of like.
Listen, I've had the privilege of learning about some of the experiences you put on for some of our partners out there in Dubai recently. So if it's anything like what they've said that experience was, I'm sure Bali's going to be superb, and I can't wait to see.
Some of them are coming with us. I think some people
some people
already Bali with us.
Bali. Oh, I might have to join you.
Yes, to JT.
Yeah, I definitely will. Amazing. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you both. One of the things that I've loved about both of you is just how genuine and wonderful you were. Like from the moment that I connected with you in New York, it's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you. You're lovely.
Thanks for joining me on The Disruptionists. If this episode sparked new ideas or challenged your thinking, I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe to your favourite platform to catch every disruptive insight. For more behind-the-scenes content and to connect with like-minded disruptors, follow me at It's Jess Singh across all social platforms. And remember, stay disruptive.